How you doing?
Hey, man.
Please. How you doing?
How you doing, man? Good morning.
You can fly them inside?
I mean, these like a little small. Not the big ones.
We had
Oh,
Mr. Foreman?
what?
Whatever thought you should know
I know, right? What you sitting up here?
I'll be waking your ass up. Wake up!
Get up. How's everything?
Everything's everything.
Good,
You
good.
guys all over the place, man.
Trying.
Yeah.
You in Japan or where were you? In Europe
Bangladesh?
somewhere?
I was in London last week. London, they're doing some workshops. Yeah.
But didn't you do something with some?
Oh, the refugee.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Yeah.
It's flying over. Yeah,
The refugee camps.
showing them what was going on. Kids, man.
Doing some mad
This,
thing.
we'll put it on the video.
Sure,
Yeah.
So it's been incredible, yeah.
Well,
It's
look,
out there.
when you make your first zillion, remember on Coach Form.
We got you.
Let's take
We
me and
got
get
you.
a. Good Lord. So things go,
get you
things
a new pair of clothes.
things going well then.
Yeah, things are good. A lot of exposure. I mean, people just want to know just more about the industry, really. So they're requesting us to speak at different places and venues.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, right time, right place.
Yeah, you're right. So how's family? Family well? Everybody doing
Wow.
well?
Yeah.
How's your brother? He's a lawyer now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a prosecutor doing homicides in the city. So he's busy. So busy. Hey, how you doing?
Shit. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's getting ready to get a new job. I'm Austin.
Good to meet you, Robbie. My brother's
Nice to meet you,
actually working on Facebook in San Francisco. So he got there job about a month ago. So yeah, he said he wants to move to the West Coast and yeah.
And neither the two of you are married yet.
Dodge that bullet.
The Matrix out here.
Gee. Facebook. I remember a couple of years
How you
ago,
doing?
they go to Capitol.
Right?
Good,
yeah.
good.
Running on the track and all that. Yeah.
Gee. You know, we just won the championship again in Indigo.
You got Coach Lee,
That's what's
right?
up.
That was last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they didn't have nobody else to give it to.
Last
So
year.
that old last. He's about ready to die anyway.
Congratulations.
Still relevant.
Yeah, you guys doing good, man. That's good. I hope the kids ask you the million questions.
Yeah, that's really love plenty of time for questions.
Yeah. Mind to tell them where you were when you sat there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what it means to be an entrepreneur and all that stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's a big part of our program, so we'll
Yeah.
definitely mention that.
Because they, an entrepreneur.
Yeah, started the experience. I'm actually doing with one of the kids. I'm blanking on his name, but yeah, he's actually a couple of them actually are starting the class last week or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I guess they do it. So the guys out in California.
yeah, Henry.
Yeah.
So I'll be working with them like once Henry. So I'll be working once every 2 weeks or so. I think I'll come in here for an hour and mentor.
Kids complain about the fact that he's not there and they're here.
Yeah.
Communication is not.
Communication, yeah.
Well, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
It's fine. So
So, Mr. Letty, please, no problem. Thank you for having us.
sorry I wasn't quick to get back.
It's all good. We're ready to go.
Like one of
Yeah, and
I don't need a confirmation email. from
Nah,
Brian
we
like
know
it
where it
is.
is. We know what to do.
You guys have been around a lot recently, huh?
Yeah, yeah. London last week, Bangladesh, Cleveland a couple months ago.
the Hulk might think that your face is a mess.
Yeah, it's been exciting. Exciting times. Yeah.
Things taking off for you?
Yeah. Pun intended.
Pun intended. Yeah. Thought about that one for a long time. Is that is Baltimore right there, isn't
It
it?
is Baltimore. Yep, you got it. Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people don't even recognize the city from that angle.
This is the second year.
That building with the spire, I feel like, is really unique to the city.
Yeah. Alex Brown Tower. At least when I was growing up, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Two stadiums over there.
Yeah. Cool. All All right. Well, good luck. Thanks for being here.
All right, thank you.
Time to shine, boys. Game time.
What's up, brother?
I'm in a meeting, man, but I had to come over and say what's up. You got Jeff too, man?
Probably not. But maybe.
Little mini drone?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe afterwards. We'll see. One of them's updating right now. One of them's updating right now.
Really?
Yeah.
See you.
Gentlemen, let's go. Come on, have a seat. Hurry up. All right, we're gonna take some very, very quick announcements, and then we'll get started.
Yes. Yeah. All right, we'll start with faculty. Mr. Janessa.
I need to see any current long jump, triple jumper, high jumpers, or anyone interested in long jump, triple jumping, or high jumping after assembly up front, please. Thank you.
I sent an email on Friday about where you should put your backpacks. We made some permanent changes to that. Please look at that PowerPoint because there are 3 areas that you definitely don't want backpacks. And a number of years ago, I was having trouble finding email, but not anymore.
All right. Any more faculty? Yeah, Dr. Harris.
Looking ahead to Saturday, first Saturday of the month, Bridges Middle School group will be here. So had a good group over the last several months, and I hope most of our guys sign up for Saturday. That's really great to help everybody in the school Bridges.
All right. Essential student announcements. Mason.
Last Friday, short track went out. We got the championship.
All right, Clyde.
Good morning. Not as important as Sports Cup, but the boys lacrosse team summed up went out Saturday night at T-Birds Arena, defeated Boys Latin in the championship of the Fast Break Latin tournament.
Yeah, Alan.
Chick-fil-A sale Thursday. Check your email pre-order.
All right. Any other announcements? Turn it over.
All right, good morning, guys. Oh, that's a little weak. How's the guys going? Good. All right. My name is Ano Umo,
I'm Austin Brown.
and we're so happy to be with you guys this morning. First of all, because we used to be right where you guys are sitting. I'm a class of 2004. Austin is a class of 2005, and just like Mr. Boosman said,
We're on my 13-year man.
yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Awesome. So yeah, we've had a lot of good experience, and I really want you guys to look around the room right now, because like I said, Austin and I remained friends after we were here at Gilman. The same guys you were sitting around right now will be your brothers for life. These will be the guys that you're going to be starting businesses with. So really cherish these relationships. I always, anywhere that we go in the world, presenting the company, I always reference back to my times at Gilman, the things that I learned here, the values that I take with me, every single day. So I really want to encourage you guys to keep pushing through. I know these years may seem, tough, but it's really going to pay off in the long run, and just really take advantage of the time that you have here.
Yeah, just to echo the sentiment, I would say a lot of the foundational skills that we've used to build this company and build this business came from our time at Gilman. All the pressure you're under when you're studying for a test, when you're writing a paper, all that stuff pays off in the end. The skills you learn, the ways you learn to negotiate with people, talk to people, it's essential in the business world. So keep at it.
Awesome. Now, who has seen a drone like this on the stage before? Awesome, awesome. Who has a drone like this? Okay, okay. Awesome. Who has built possibly a drone like this? All right, a couple of people. All right, awesome, awesome. Well, this is a device that we use. This is a DJI Phantom 4 quadcopter, and this device has literally taken us around the world. We're going to show you a couple of videos in a bit, but the drone industry is exploding right now. There are a ton of applications from agriculture to construction site mapping to real estate cinematography. Disaster relief. We're doing all these things and more. One of the other things that we do is actually STEM education. So we go into schools and teach children how to build these drones from scratch. We currently have an after-school program going on with the lower school. So we come in for an 8-week program, week by week, and we're teaching them how to build and fly drones. So that's been a tremendous experience. About a year, actually maybe a year or 2 years ago, we made a video for the football team. Did anybody see the video that we made? Okay, remember? All right, we want to show you guys again, just to give you a feel of just the type of visuals you can get with the drones. Awesome project to be. Who was on that team when we shot that video? Awesome, yeah. So that was actually a combination of drones and traditional ground camera videography. But you can see the types of visuals you can get. This drone actually has a 4K camera installed on it, so you can get cinematic quality straight out of the box. Oops. All right. So a little bit more about us. Obviously, we've given a brief introduction, but we do have a drone racing league that we've started, and last year was our first ever event. It was called the Baltimore Drone Prix, and we were honored to have the Honorable Mayor Pugh come out and support us. And this is something that we're going to talk about in a bit, but this is a recreational style league that we're trying to bring to Baltimore. I mentioned the highlight reel. We like to show these video clips. We've been so many places, Nigeria, UK, all around the US doing video. So we always like to mash all of our highlight clips together so you can get a sense of the type of jobs we do. Side note, that is our website, globalairmedia.com. If you're on social media, feel free to give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're very active on all the jobs that we're doing. I just wanted to go a little bit more of how we got into the business because, like everyone, you kind of go on different paths along the way. I obviously never ever dreamt and thought that I would be in this industry of flying drones as a profession. I actually started out working for my father's construction company out of school, and that was fine. I got a lot of experience doing project management and estimating and bidding on government contracts, but I really just wasn't fulfilled, and I knew I wanted to have my own business and really start my own thing. And once I saw the use of drones in all these different industries, all these different people around the world, I knew that we could dive in and land somewhere. The learning curve obviously was pretty short. There are no commercial drone companies that have been out here for 6, 8, 10 years. So everyone is pretty much on the level playing field. So it was really important for us to get in on the ground floor. Who has ever seen drone racing? All right, can someone explain the difference between a racing drone and a traditional drone? Anybody? In the back? Exactly. So we call it a real-life video game. It's an extreme sport that's going on. You guys should look this guy up. His name is Luke Bannister, okay? He's a 15-year-old kid. Actually, he's probably 16 now, from the UK. Last year, he went to this worldwide tournament called the World Drone Prix in Dubai, and he won $250,000 at a drone race. So he beat out, plenty of people my age, and older. So it just goes to show you how much growth there is in this sport. And just so you can see how our racing event last year, you can watch this quick video.
Well, it's like NASCAR, but in the air. That's how the co-founder of Global Air Media describes drone racing. Drone racing.
The very first drone racing league is coming along.
Drone Prix 2017. And look at this crowd. It's only going to get bigger, you all.
See a kid start from pretty much nothing, just a frame, put it together, put the components together, come to understand what it means to fly, and then to see them actually fly. I mean, that's the most rewarding part of our experience.
So just an awesome event to be a part of and plan. And like I said, this year we'll be doing the second annual Baltimore Drone Prix starting April the 14th, I believe, right? April 14th this year. So we'll get you some information on that as well. A little bit more about who we are, just some brief information. We are FAA licensed. If you knew or not, you do have to have a professional pilot's license that is administered by the FAA if you want to start your own drone business. So we had to go through that process. And Austin, you can explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's just pretty intense, but it's not like the artifact paper or anything. You study for a test, go to the airport, you pass it, and you do your thing. It's not too much to it.
Yeah. So these are some of the clients we've been fortunate enough to work with. Obviously, some are recognizable, some are just some clients around the world. I'm sure you guys saw a little bit of the Puerto Rico damage that was going on as a result of the hurricane last year. One of the most rewarding jobs that we actually are part of was to do some surveying for the damage in Puerto Rico. So I was there for about a week in October, and the mission was to do some mapping of the actual area. So you can obviously take videos and pictures with a drone, but the ability to map areas really kind of separates us. So if you were to go on Google Map and look up your house or your property right now, you're going to see an image that's 2 to 3 years out of date. Now with drones and this updated technology, you can take hundreds of pictures of a site, stitch those images together, and it gives you 3D models. So obviously for disaster areas, for places that really need quick support, it's essential. So you can kind of see the mapping that we were able to do in Puerto Rico. how we got involved with this project, we've partnered with an organization called Global Outreach Doctors, and they work similar to Doctors Without Borders. It's a group of physicians and nurses that go out to these disaster relief areas. They get requested in specifically by the government. So they wanted to actually start a UAV team to go out with them to do some of these type of visuals and mapping. So that's how we were connected to that job. And really quickly, I want to show you again, this is another really, really impactful project we were on. I'm sure you've seen a little bit about the Rohingya refugee crisis going on in Bangladesh. We were actually deployed there for about 10 days, and we did something very, very similar, videos and pictures and mapping of the affected areas. Wondering what that guy was drinking, it's actually a device called a life straw, and allows you to filter water out as bad as sewage water. And by the time it reaches the top, it actually clears, the water out. So it's a fantastic device that I actually saw, firsthand, and you can really see how people are using innovative ways to help these areas. Really quickly before we get to some questions, we said that we wanted to actually start the first drone racing team, or establish the first couple of drone racing teams in Baltimore. And we really want Gilman to be one of the first places we do that. There are not a whole lot of schools in the nation at all that have a competitive drone racing team that are going out competing against different schools and potentially for tournaments and championships. So just like they're having all these ESPN style tournaments online, we really think that we had the talent right in here, to get this started. So we brought a couple of example drone racing drones up here. Afterwards, you can definitely come down and take a feel and take a look. But if you are interested, please let us know. We're going to be getting some information to the upper head and upper school heads, and see if we can actually get this going.
Yeah, before we wrap up and take some questions, I'd just like to say, when I actually sat back there was no such thing as a drone. So obviously I had no idea what I was going to be doing in a few years. I actually went to school for English, to college for English. And then I just decided I wanted to start a business, and me and this guy teamed up. So if you don't know what you want to do after school, it's okay. Just keep plugging away, keep doing your research, and that can lead you to new opportunities.
Yep. So with that, if there are any questions at all, feel free to ask us. We're here for a couple minutes for you guys. Definitely. So, yeah, one of the main things we have to deal with is our privacy concerns. Safety and ethics are our top priority for us. What we generally see is that when these drones, although they do sound noisy between, the 0 to 50 feet level, once you get above 200, 300 feet, where a lot of these commercial jobs are taking place, it's really hard to hear them. If you're doing commercial work for, say, agriculture or an industrial type of site, noise is really not a factor. The only reason you would have to, factor in for that is if you're in like a residential neighborhood or somewhere that's naturally quiet. But most of the time, you're outdoors, you're in big open areas, and we haven't had too many issues with noise. But it is something we have to factor in, for sure. Good question. In the back? So, yeah.
It depends. Depends on how souped up you want it to be. You can get into the racing game for about $100, $200, but of course, if you want to get the best motors, the best rotors, everything like that, it can go up to $1,000.
Yeah, but I would say for a rule of thumb, and the racing kits that we're going to actually try to get for you guys will be under 500. That's usually just enough to get the top-notch FPV goggles that you'll need and all the good equipment. So I would say in that 400 or 500, you can get a standard, professional grade racing drone.
Hello, my name is also Sean Mills.
All right.
Here. And what are your main contracts for? Are they things like mapping, like you would give me examples of? Are they like advertising, taking videos for different companies?
Yep.
Or what are some other types of contracts you guys make?
Yeah, so our three main services right now are the real estate cinematography that takes up a big chunk of it. Our mapping and inspection with the drones. So we even use thermal cameras on the drones to do roofing inspections, a lot with the agriculture as well. And our third actual core and where most of our contracts come from are the STEM workshops. Schools and organizations have budgets to come out and have us do presentations and week-long courses. So we found business in all three of those sectors.
Yes, my name is Noah. I'm a junior, and I was just curious, how did you all actually get started with the technology, having worked in construction, just gearing up now with drones to start?
Yeah, so with me, I've just always been entrepreneurial. I've always just wanted to run my own business. Like I said, I had no idea it was going to be drones. But me personally, so I always tell this story. My father is a Nigerian immigrant, and I was actually on a trip back to Nigeria, and this was in early 2015, and I saw it was a big event going on. It was a company that was hired to fly drones, for the event. And this was a big, octocopter, eight motor, type of drone. And I thought to myself, I said, wow, if they're doing this, here in Nigeria, somewhere where it's sometimes harder to get technology like this, it's definitely going to happen, in the States. So I came back and I just researched, did so much research on the industry. And once I saw all the different industries it was going to be affecting, it was a no-brainer for me.
For me personally, I was doing a lot of research too. I was fortunate enough that my grandfather actually gave me a subscription to Popular Science. If you guys have read that. Eventually I started reading it, and there's a lot of stuff about drones in it, so I got a couple drone toys, small drones like this one, see if I was just gonna crash these things. I did crash them, but eventually I moved up to the commercial side, and we'd already done enough research to know that you can make money, we're on the cutting edge. So it's all about the research.
Yep. Yeah, good question. So plane or fixed wing drones. We mostly deal with quadcopters. We don't do any really long distance or surveys that would need us to be in the air for longer than an hour, per se. So yeah, mostly it is quadcopters, and mostly I would say under 50 acres are most of the inspections that we're doing. Yeah. Any other questions? These are good questions.
Right. Definitely, yeah, definitely. It's something we talk about regularly because there's a whole bunch of different applications you can use drones for. Like he mentioned before, we've used thermal cameras before. No drones really come with customized thermal cameras on them yet. And it's just such a new field. It's a whole bunch of emerging technology. The possibilities are really endless. So we think about that regularly.
Yeah, I would say, and especially for you guys and your generation, the manufacturing of drones, the software that's going to be going into these drones, you have to think about the FAA and NASA. They're trying to develop a system where drones can safely fly, in the air together. So, so much opportunity. I cannot stress enough that you are in a prime position if you are interested in UAVs or drones, to look in that software piece, to look in the manufacturing side. And if you're, something that really interests you, you know, we're definitely developing, you know, that as well. We'd love to speak with you about that, but that would be my recommendation for you guys. Yep. Yeah, if there's one more question?
Ryan,
Go,
Senior,
listen.
how do you deal with the red tape around public cinematography?
Yeah, so it's something that we deal with and have to, you know, pay attention to every day. There is still general privacy issues. People are really they have anxiety, you know, when it comes to even just the word drones, just because they think of war, they think of, you know, all the bad uses that are going. So that's why we work so hard to do the classes and the outreach that we do, speaking at, you know, events like this, so people realize, you know, the good uses as opposed to what they hear in the news. Mr. Smith.
How many miles will you fly away from where you're controlling it? And have you had many flyaways like that?
Yeah, definitely. I've had a couple flyaways, but typically these drones out of the box are supposed to be able to fly 3 to 4 miles away, maybe 6 for this model. But you only want to do that when you're out, say, over the ocean or someplace where you could actually conceivably see it, because you're technically not supposed to fly out of line of sight. Within the city, you probably only want to fly a quarter mile, half a mile away. There's a lot of radio frequency interference and things like that. And yeah, I like to tell people that there is a drone at the bottom of the Chesapeake Bay if you want to find it. It's mine. Yeah, it's all yours if you can find it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, it's been a great time. Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, yeah.
Is there any more questions? Come on up. North.
Great, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You guys, I can't believe it.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. They caught on. Yeah. No, thanks for having us, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.